Hello everyone. Welcome once again to your science classes of grade 5th. Kids, as you know, we have started our topic 3 of our science course book, that is safety and first aid. And I have already uploaded the first part of this video of this chapter, that was about what is safety. Safety means to keep oneself away from injuries, accidents, or mishappenings by following safety rules at all times and at all the places. And then we have to study about safety in different situations. And the first situation was about safety from fire. Then we have studied about that the fire, the same fire can be proved very unfaithful if it is not handled and used carefully and with alertness. Uh, Generally, fire is useful for us because it helps us to cook food. During winter season, the bonfires, they give us warmth, and when there is a electricity power cut problem, then for the short period of time, with the help of candles and diyas, we can create little bit of light. But when the same fire is not handled, not used properly, carefully, it is not handled properly, then it may lead to mishappening like fire accidents. So how we can save ourselves and protect ourselves from fire? Then some key points we have discussed, like switch off gas regulator when not in use. In case of gas leakage, do not operate any kind of electrical switches and open all doors and windows of the house. Do not wear synthetic clothes like nylon, polyester while handling fire, as these clothes catch fire easily. The yes. Now, in this topic, we are going to study about how the fire it can be put out. Okay, so in this portion of the video, still the topic, that is safety in the situation of fire broke out, is continuing. But in the last part of the video, I have taught you about the safety measures which we can follow if there is certain kind of situations in which fire broke out, like gas cylinder leakage and all that. Now we will study, we will learn, if the fire situation is there, if some fire accident is there, then what else, what are the other steps which we can take. Okay, then you can see over here, a fire can be put out by immediately call adults for help and inform fire station. The emergency number of a fire station is 101. Yes, there is emergency number also of the fire station, of normal police station also. As you all know, if we dial 100, then we can make a phone call to the nearest police station. So similarly, if there is fire situation, if the fire has broke out somewhere, there is fire accident, then we should, as you people are still very young, very small kids, so you should call an adult immediately at once for help. Okay, and even you can dial the fire station number so that the fire brigade, those people can come and they can put out the fire. And that emergency number of fire station is 101. Okay, so the same points we can look over here in the book also, in page number 28 of your science course book, that a fire can be put out by the following methods. In case of a fire accident, immediately call adults for help and inform fire station. Yes, in between you have called adults for help. In the same situations, at once one should make a call to the fire station, because maybe the fire may be spreading very fast and it can't be controlled by the family members only or by the help of adult only. So we should make a phone call to the fire station. So this emergency number, it should be learned, memorized by you all, that the emergency number of a fire station, it is 101, 101. Then the next point is, in case of a small fire, use fire extinguishers to put it out. And I hope you all must have seen this fire extinguisher cylinder in your school premises also, beside the stairs. Okay, there is a red color cylinder that is known as fire extinguisher. Okay, so if there is a small fire, it is not a very major problem. If the situation is small, the fire broke out is small, then we can use fire extinguishers also to put it out. Okay. Next, in case of electrical fire, switch off the mains immediately. Yes, I have told you, by chance, in case if there is short circuit, the fire broke out due to some electrical fault, okay, due to some break in the electrical wires, then we should immediately, at once, we should go to the mains and switch it off. There is a main board from where the complete electricity connection of the house is there. So we should go to the main switchboard and switch it off, so that the whatever is the fault, whatever is the situation, it should not be grave, it should not deteriorate. Wherever is the fire broke out, wherever is the short circuit, only that problem should be limited up to that only, if we will switch off the mains. Okay, so to prevent further damage due to that electrical short circuit, we should immediately switch off the mains. And one more thing we have to keep in our mind, that do not use water to put out electrical fire. Yes, to put out this electrical fire, we should not use water, because water is also a very good conductor of electricity. If we will try to put out that fire caused due to electrical short circuits with the help of water, then the chances are there that we can also get shocks, electrical shocks. Okay, so that's why never ever use water to put off the fire caused due to electrical short circuits. Instead, we should use sand, mud, or fire extinguisher to put out electrical fire. Inside that fire extinguisher, some kind of chemical, either in the powdered form or in the gaseous form, it is filled, which helps to put out the fire. So instead of using water to put out the electrical fire, we should use sand, either sand or mud or fire extinguisher. So this is very important to keep in mind. Next point, in case of fire caused by petrol, throw mud and sand instead of water to put out the fire. Again, if the fire broke out is due to any petrol, if the fire situation, the fire accident is caused due to petrol, then also we should not use water to put off the fire, because water is because the petrol, it is lighter than water, and it will keep on floating on the water and keep burning. Water will not be able to put out that fire which is caused due to petrol. So in that case also we should use mud or sand to put out the fire. That's what it is written over here, that in case of fire caused by petrol, throw mud and sand instead of means in place of water to put out the fire. This is because petrol is lighter than water. It will float up on water and continue burning. That's what I have told you. If we will try to put out the fire caused due to petrol with the help of water, then what will happen? The fire will not put out, because petrol is light in weight. It is lighter than water. And if anything is lighter than water, it will keep floating on the surface of water. And if the petrol will be available, then the fire will keep on burning. It will not be put out with the help of water. So we should use sand or mud or soil or the fire extinguisher to put out the fire in both the situations. In the situation of fire caused due to electrical short circuits or electrical faults, or in the situation of fire caused due to petrol. Okay, and never forget to dial the emergency number of a fire station, that is 101, and immediately you have to call an adult. And also one thing to remember, when there is short circuit, you have to switch off the mains at once. So this comes to the completion of the topic, that is safety from fire, in which we have studied so many points, that how and what are the steps which we should follow, what are the safety rules which we will follow to prevent ourselves from fire accidents. Okay, so these previous points I have already recapitulated, and these are some of the points which we have studied right now. One more point was there, that if a person's clothes catches fire, then he or she should be rolled onto the floor until the fire is out. He or she can also be covered by a blanket to put out the fire. Why? What is the reason behind that? Because I have told you, the fire, it keeps on burning, it becomes fast if it gets air supply or oxygen supply. It speeds up the fire burning, the blazes. So we have to cut the supply of, we have to stop the supply of air, of oxygen to the fire. So that can be done if the person is made to roll over the floor, or he or she, his or her body is being covered by a blanket, so that the oxygen or air supply is being stopped to that person's body, to that person's clothes which has caught fire. Okay, so that was all about safety from fire, and I hope you all have understood all these points, and you will also apply and follow these safety steps, so that never ever such mishappenings should occur in your life. And the same points are here also. From here also we can recapitulate that immediately call adults. A fire can be put out by immediately call adults for help and inform fire station. The emergency number of a fire station is 101. It is very important. Second, in case of a small fire, use fire extinguishers to put it out. Third, in case of electrical fire, switch off the mains immediately. Do not use water to put out electrical fire. Instead, use sand, mud, or fire extinguisher to put it out. And in case of fire caused by petrol, throw mud or sand in place of water to put out the fire. Okay, now the next topic is safety on the road. Yes, because what topics we are dealing with? We are dealing with the topics like safety in different situations. That is our topic. Let us read about safety in different situations. So already one situation we have discussed, that is safety from fire. Now the second topic is safety on the road. This is our second topic, safety on the road. We should always be careful on the road. Yes, it is very important, because road is also a very busy, and it could also be a very dangerous place if we will not be careful and alert enough while moving, while walking on the road. On the roadsides, we see many traffic signs. We should follow the traffic signs to keep ourselves and others safe. Yes, we should not follow the safety rules for our own safety and well-being, but we should also follow it so that others could also be safe. They could not have to face any problem, any mishappening because of us. So it is very important to follow the safety rules at all the places, at all the time, for our own well-being, for our own safety purpose, as well as for the others as well. So here it is written that while we are walking on the road, we have to be very much careful, we have to be very much alert. We should follow the traffic rules, which you all know that if the red light is on, then the vehicle should stop. With the yellow light, we should be ready for moving, and with the green light only we should move, we should step forward. Okay, and there are so many traffic signs are also there on the road, on the poles. The traffic signs are hanged over there, mentioned over there, so they are for our safety purpose. So as a responsible citizen of the country, we should follow them, we should not overrule them, we should not be like that, we should not follow them. No, it is very important that we should follow the safety signs, the traffic signs. Like as you can see over here, this is a traffic sign which is showing speed breaker ahead. So wherever this kind of sign you see, that means you have to understand that after few meters or in your next step there may be a speed breaker, so you have to slow down your car, your vehicle, your scooter or bike or whatever you are traveling with. So the understanding of the traffic signs is also very important. Then the next sign is of no entry. This indicates of no entry. This next sign is of school ahead. School ahead means whatever vehicle is passing by that road, they must be very much slow down, they must be very alert and careful, because school ahead means so many students and so many teachers, they must be there. So you don't have to keep on honking over there, because it will disturb the school environment. Next is no U-turn. So wherever this traffic sign is there, that means no U-turn. You can't take a U-turn over there. And this is zebra crossing. This traffic sign indicates zebra crossing. Means wherever this sign, traffic sign is there, it means you can cross over the road. As you all know, zebra crossing is meant for crossing the road by the pedestrians. There is a black and white strips made on the road, on which the pedestrians, they can cross the road from one side to the other side. So wherever you want to cross the road, you should use, or we should use, the zebra crossing. So this was about safety on the roads, but besides these following the traffic signs, there are some other points also which we have to take care in our mind. That is, we have to be alert and extra careful, we have to follow traffic rules, we have to walk on footpath, cross the road at zebra crossing only. Yes, whenever, if we are walking, if we are pedestrians, then we should not walk in between the road, in the middle of the vehicles. No, it could be very much harmful and dangerous for our life. We should always walk on the footpath, on the cemented pavement which is built on both side of the road for the pedestrians, which is meant to be move or walk for. Do not run or play on the road. Yes, road is not a playground or a park where you can go and run and play. No, it should never be done by you kids, because you people are very small and playing and running on the road could be very dangerous for your life. Okay, so we should never, anyone should never ever run on the road or play on the road. And one thing more I would like to tell you, that whenever you are stepping out of your house or you are going to the road, always go with one of the adult member of your family. Either go with your parents or your relatives or any of your adult family members, so that you could be safe and sound. Do not try to get in or out of a moving vehicle. Yes, this thing also we have to take care, that sometimes what some people do, they wave off their hand, they take out their head out of the window of any moving bus or any moving vehicle. No, it is a very bad habit and it is a very dangerous act. It could hurt them. So we should avoid doing that. We should never take out our body parts, our hand out of the window of any moving vehicle, or we should not try to get in or get out of any moving vehicle, any moving bus, because in that process, in that thing, we can hurt ourselves. Okay? It will be dangerous for our life. It could hurt us. So these were some safety points which is to be followed while we are walking on the road. Either we are pedestrians or we are walking by some vehicle, two-wheelers or four-wheelers. One more thing, whenever we are moving in a two-wheeler, the who is the driving the vehicle, he or she should wear the helmet, and even the pillion rider, those who are sitting at the back behind that person, they should also use helmet, they should also put on helmet, because helmet is very important, it is mandatory also, and we should put it also for our own safety and well-being. And whenever we are traveling by car, then we should put on seat belt. Okay, and we should not talk over phone while driving in the car, because it deviates our attention, and if we will not be careful, then accidents may happen. So the gist is that, the important point is that at all the times and at all the places, we have to be very much alert, very much careful, so that we could be safe and sound. Okay, so this was all for today's video in this topic 3 of your science course book, that is safety and first aid part 2. So I hope you have understood both the things, that is part 1 and part 2 of this chapter. Till then, bye, take care, see you soon with the next part of this chapter, and thank you for the class.